No lat in your front relax? I'm here to help. So if you have trouble opening up your lats in your front relax, one thing that you might want to address is a muscle called the serratus anterior. The serratus anterior is a muscle that starts on the inside of your shoulder blade and it inserts on your ribs. The primary action of this muscle is abduction and protraction of the scapula. Let me show you what I mean by this. So I'm gonna have my model here, John, turn around. And when I mean abduction of the scapula, retract your spine, retract your scapula for me, John. When I mean protraction, this is retraction. When I mean protraction, I mean taking these shoulder blades and moving them as far away from the spinal column as possible. The primary muscle that's going to do that is a muscle called the serratus anterior. Turn to the side for me, John. Serratus anterior starts on the inside of your shoulder blade right here, and then it wraps around your torso and inserts on these ribs right here. And it kind of looks like a feather. That's when you see guys hitting an ab and thigh from the side and you see all that. Oh yeah, John can do it right there. When you see all of that feathering, that's your serratus anterior. And that's what's responsible for getting those lats out in your front relax. So John, can you do a front relax for me, face the camera? So when John does his front relax, he's calling on his serratus anterior to make those lats come out. Now what happens, you can relax. What happens is that serratus anterior is a muscle that doesn't get used that often, and it tends to get a little bit bound up. And sometimes it's more bound up on one side than the other. And so we have some exercises that we can do to help facilitate movement of the shoulder blade through the serratus anterior. These are simply called serratus punches, and you can do them with either a kettlebell, lying supine on the ground, or you can do them standing with a band. What's important when you're doing this exercise is making sure that the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder joint are completely locked out and that you're isolating the serratus anterior. You'll know that you're doing this because you'll start to get a nice little achy cramp right underneath your lat. That's how you know that you're activating and engaging the serratus anterior. Now, how often do you need to do these? You don't need to do them too often, but doing them before posing would be a really good idea, but also before any of your pushing or pulling workouts. The serratus anterior being activated will also assist with your movements. As far as sets and reps go, 2 sets of 20 on each side is usually what I prescribe for someone who's having issue opening up the lats. Now, if you don't have a kettlebell at home, you can also use a band. And you can see John here just standing. He's anchored it to a point that won't move, and he can do his punches in the middle of the gym or in the middle of his posing area, wherever he's doing them. So if you have an issue with getting your lats out fully and your front relaxed, your issue may lie within the serratus anterior. Make sure that you're addressing that before any of your posing sessions.